Fresh off their disappointing loss last week, the Thatcher Eagles came back to roost Friday against the Morenci Wildcats. On its first drive, Thatcher faced 4th and 1 from its own 43-yard line. The Eagles lined up to punt, but it's a fake! Upback Tyler Roebuck pitches to quarterback Jake Dunlap, and he races down the sideline for the first down and a whole chunk more. Thatcher's moving the ball. Wait a minute. A penalty was called on the play. Well, Thatcher go ahead and elects to punt the ball this time, and it's a muffed punt! Thatcher recovers on the Wildcats' 35-yard line. Opening drive still on 3rd and 1. Dunlap rolls right, and he's rolling, and he hits a wide-open Dallin Cook for a 36-yard touchdown, and the Eagles draw first blood. After failing on their extra points last week, the Eagles drive the pile forward for the 2-point conversion and are up 8-0 early in the first quarter. After Morenci's drive stalled, Dunlap hits Cook again for a nice pass over the middle, and Cook says, "You're not going to tackle me, you're not going to tackle me, you're not going to tackle me," all the way to Morenci's 33-yard line. Dunlap then decides to take it himself, and after making a couple guys miss here and there, he weaves his way in and out all the way in for a touchdown. But oh no, for the second time a big play is nullified by a penalty as Jonathan Trujillo is flagged for holding. Dunlap says, "No problem, I'll just pass it to Nate Lee instead," as Lee takes it just a few short yards of the end zone. Morenci's goal line defense would hold, however, and the Wildcats took over on downs. The second quarter started out with no love for Morenci quarterback Kyle Swan, however, as he was called for intentional grounding on this play. After Thatcher got the ball back, Shane Cook took this pitch 20 yards through the right side all the way down to Morenci's 7-yard line. A couple of plays later, Dunlap would run it in himself from 3 yards out, giving Thatcher a 16-0 lead with a 2-point conversion. Morenci didn't lay over and give up, however, as Swan hit his tight end Esai Venegas, who made a beautiful catch over his shoulder in the back of the end zone with both feet in to get the Wildcats on the board with just 18 seconds left in the half. Thatcher would go into halftime with the lead, however, 16-6. The connection between Swan and Venegas continued into the third quarter as the pair hooked up for a 31-yard pass and catch. Then Swan stepped up in the pocket and just got rid of the ball before going over the line of scrimmage as Jacob Fernandez plucks it out of the air for the 28-yard gain. That play inspired Morenci's drumline to call out Thatcher for a battle that would last the rest of the quarter. Morenci failed to score on the drive, however, but pinned Thatcher deep in its own territory. Thatcher couldn't get out of the hole as Morenci brought the house and sacked Dunlap for a big loss. Morenci's next drive failed as well, however, and on the ensuing punt, Roebuck returned the kick 40 yards down the field to set up the offense well at Morenci's 35-yard line. A few plays later, Corbin Brown squeezed in for the touchdown, and the route was on 22-6 with about 5 minutes left in the third, and that made the Eagles cheerleaders happy. Didn't I tell you this went on for the rest of the quarter? Now they even have choreographed dancers as well. Obviously mad that their band got served, the Eagles took their frustration out on Swan and sacked him for a big loss. Lee then took the pitch from Dunlap and headed down the right side for a nice scamper. Then all of a sudden, whoop, he twirled out of that tackle on the 4 and scored. Those ballet classes surely paid off. The extra point was good, and Thatcher was comfortably up 29-6 with about 10 minutes left in the game. Morenci then dialed up its play of the night as Thatcher's Quentin Turley stayed with the inside receiver even though he had inside help, leaving Gavin Chavez wide open on the out. Chavez grabbed the ball and raced down the left sideline as Dunlap tried to pull the ball away, but Chavez kept it, and he kept going all the way in for a 77-yard touchdown. Venegas then caught the 2-point conversion, and don't look now, but Morenci is within a couple of scores with about 9 minutes left in the game. Is this the beginning of a comeback? Not if Thatcher's Nate Lee has anything to say about it, as he takes the pitch from Dunlap down the right sideline, stumbling and bumbling, and oh, he loses his helmet, but he keeps trucking down to the 6-yard line. 2 plays later, Shane Cook takes it in from 5 yards out to finish the scoring on the night. Thatcher 35, Morenci 14.
What do you take apart from this game?
I was in a lot of doubt. I thought Morenci's got a good team, a lot better than people thought, and they came out and played us tough. I thought we were very fortunate the first half to get a couple touchdowns on them, and we were able to keep the lead. But that was a tight ball game. Morenci, hats off to them. They played tough. They had some plays up the middle that hurt us, and then a few at the pass too. They had a good offense going, so they battled.
What do you think about your matchup next week at Pima?
Another good game. We've had them every week, so this 2A conference is pretty stacked, and Pima's going to bring it for sure. So it should be a good game.
They had a couple tough backs, and they got after us that first couple drives, but we shut them down after that.
This is the second game in a row I've seen you put a stick in on the defensive side. You like hitting more than playing quarterback?
I like it both. It's all good.
What do you think about next week versus Pima?
It's going to be a battle. They're going to be tough.
This has been John Johnson reporting from Thatcher for Gila Valley Central.